Hi guys, how are we? Hello, hello, hello. Let's pretend we're on the phone. Hi, how are we today? I'm doing pretty good. I had a morning shift at H&M today, and then I came home and I read, and then I watched some YouTube, and then I did my makeup and filmed a YouTube video, and I'll probably just edit it right after this. And I've just been having a pretty good day. Yesterday was really good because I've been practicing my haunted ghost tour here in Savannah that I really want to be good at. So I practiced with a bunch of my friends, and I think I now understand how to tell the stories. And I don't know why I didn't know how to do it beforehand. I tell when I do history and architecture tours at my other job. I talk to everyone like I'm kikiing with a friend. Honestly, of course, I'm not expecting anyone to make a response. And I'm talking about one specific subject that I know the dates of everything about. But I kind of talk about the house the same way we see YouTube videos, intense YouTube videos. I'm commenting on YouTube videos on like a video game that came out 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I talk about the house. And I'll throw some cheesy, stupid jokes there. And at the end of the day, I'm just saying what I love about this house. And I do. Because the excitement on my house, on my face, is serious. Every single time I do a tour, I never rush through it. Every story I tell is because I like it, and it's because I'm just saying, "Oh, I like this about the house. Let me point it out. I like this about the house. Let me point it out." When I was doing these ghost tours originally, I would do these tours like and it was so bad. I was trying to mimic the way my boss does the tours because I really do respect the way they do it because they're so cool. And she, the female boss, well, I think she's my main boss. She's my boss, I believe. She is so fucking cool. One of the coolest women I've ever met, and she knows everything there is to know about Savannah. And so when she's giving these history tours, she has this script that she follows almost every day. She has it memorized, and it's great. And every single time she gets the reactions, ooh, throughout the tour. Sometimes you have the shitty people who's like paid to go on a ghost tour and don't believe in ghosts and rolls their eyes the whole time. I'm like, no one forced you to be here. But sometimes when she goes off script, she still is able to, just talk about the ghost and the city of Savannah with so much knowledge. And I realized, oh, when I did the tour for the first time, the haunted tours, not the house tours that I'm fine with, I, for whatever reason, was trying to mimic how she did it. And she came up and she was like, yeah, the reason you messed up, she says it way, way nicer than I'm saying it right now. She's like, the reason you keep fucking up is because you're trying to be me. Be yourself, bitch. That's why I hired you. And so I've been practicing with friends. Who are you going to be around friends by yourself? If they're good friends, you should be more of yourself. And so I practiced the tour, and I thought it was really good. Now, the history, the dates, that part, I'm going to have to continue to practice. I think tonight, because I was going to practice with her today, but I don't think it's happening. As we have tornado warnings outside now. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm not going out there if it's fucking raining. It's my day off. But these history and architect, no, the ghost tours. I practice again, and this time I just didn't use a made up script. I just said the stories, and I was like, oh my gosh, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and that's how you get people interested. Is when you're interested in it as well, and you don't feel like you're mimicking a script. And obviously that becomes your script. And so the way I do these tours, I do love writing scripts. I'm a fucking writer, but what I'm really good at is writing the bullet points. I think of it the same way I write a speech. And whenever I was writing speeches, even as kids, that you have to write for like maybe communication or maybe you're running for class president or something like that. Anytime I was doing speeches, I always was just like, let me just say the points I need to say and then wing it. And it's terrible to say that's how I'm gonna do these tours, but I think that's how I'm gonna do the tours. Because I tried writing it down, I was like, Sayla, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Um, but I'm in the way I'm writing these tours in my head. So I do like for the history and architecture tours. There's a script I say. It's never been written down, but I pretty much say the exact same words every single time, literally. And though I never wrote it down, I have a script, and so I think that's just how, at least for me, if I'm going to be doing something audibly, I have to just do it audibly from beginning to end. Same thing like when I was an actor. The best way I would learn a monologue is I would listen to someone else do a monologue a bunch, and then I would just say the monologue over and over and over again. Like I tried writing the monologue. I did practice that back in like high school and stuff, and I was like, ugh, throw the pen away. Just talk. Say the monologue over and over and over and over again. And that's how you just get better. And it's gonna be shitty until it's good. So we'll see. What I do need to write down are the dates. I can memorize stuff if I the dates I definitely need to write down over and over and over again. Anyways, I kind of just jumped into it today because I've been thinking about it and I've been yapping a whole bunch when I was doing my makeup. And so watch that video. I don't know what the name of it's gonna be, but it's probably gonna be up before this video is up. So I'm sure I have something on screen right now. If you're listening to this on the websites, the podcast's websites, Spotify or some bullshit, just go to youtube.com. Figure it out. Why do I have to spell everything out for you? It's not hard to find a YouTube video. Okay, type my name in. And if you don't know who I am, I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Sailor. I think my Instagram is Sailor Movie Baby, or my YouTube is Sailor Movie Baby, something like that. So type that in and figure it out. Nothing, I don't know. If you found this, I believe in you. This is a nothing nobody podcast that no one watches. So who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Anyways, I hope the audio was better. In the last episode, the audio was so shitty, and I want to deeply apologize to everyone. Am I looking at the camera? I don't think I am. In the last video, the audio was so bad, and I want to apologize seriously because I had it attached to my dress, so like down here, and obviously that probably doesn't sound as good as when I'm talking like this. Unfortunately, this covers my face, but this is a cheap microphone from Amazon, so you get what you pay for. Also, I'm so sorry. In the last video, I kept playing with my stuffed animal's face. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but I don't like looking at hand movements. I know that sounds stupid. I know that sounds stupid. I don't like looking at hand movements. When I watch YouTube videos or TikToks and they're trying to get your attention by using their hands so much and they just talk like this, it literally, I have to look away. I open up the comments so I don't have to look at their hands as they're doing it. So it was ironic that in this video, and now it's raining like crazy. It's ironic that in this video I'm referring to right now, I just was moving my hand so much on this penguin stuffed animal that I have, and so I will try not to do that in this video. Well, as you can see, the penguin's gone. He's killed. He's dead. I don't know where he is. He's probably under the bed or something. But I'm gonna try to keep my hands relaxed at my side. I know it's a dumb pet peeve I have. Maybe it's the OCD of it all, but it's a pet peeve. And also, as someone who is in theater, I understand that movement, your eyes are going to follow the movement on stage. So if I keep doing this with my hand right over here, then of course everyone's going to look at it. Even when I was editing the video, I was like, put that hand away. I almost did not upload it. I was like, girl, you're going to have to refilm this. And then I was like, Sailor, please. I don't think anyone cares as much as you do. Maybe that's true. But I do like having, if I have a bunch of stuffed animals around me, I'm like, why don't I get to have a stuffed animal? You know what I would really love? To Godfather it. I'm saying I want my fucking cat that's sitting off screen right now, so I'm not moving you over there. You're already in the perfect spot. To be sitting here on my lap so I can do the dramatic pet. Okay? I want to know who my fashion icon is. I am not joking. The evil stepmother from Cinderella. Because when we first see her and Lucifer is sitting on her laps and she's like, Cinderella? Or whatever she says, and she's petting Lucifer. I was like, why don't I have a cat that does this? Why is he sleeping so far away from me? He's so rude for that. Like, literally. Sometimes I'll wake up and he'll be sleeping beside me, and I'm like, you do love me. And I move just slightly. He's like, oh, fuck, the bitch is awake. And he walks away. So, fuck you. But he's okay. I do have a stuffed cow. This is one of those stuffed animals that you put in the microwave. So I love him when I'm on my period. Maybe I could do this. Well, what? Am I pregnant? Am I talking about a baby I'm about to have or something? That kind of looks weird. Go away. Um, and I'm not on my period. So, speaking of periods, can we talk about that real quick? This is going to be a rambling one. I'm going to be rambling. I'm going to say what's on my mind. We'll get with Tinwa on the phone. Okay? That's the name of the podcast. I believe in us. Um, I was I started birth control like 2 months ago, and I don't know why I did it. I think in my head I was like, "You're going to start having sex." I don't know. I was like, in a way, manifesting. Is that what I was doing? I don't know. I just wanted to feel more in control. So I started medicating myself. Is what I'm doing. Medicating my fucking body. I have seen birth control gone wrong, but usually it's like the thing they shoot up your uterus that's shaped as a T, or the thing that goes in your arm. I noticed. I don't know. I know people that are on the pill and they all have good stuff. And I like to think if something bad happens, I'll just stop taking the pill. Call it as simple as that. Um, and since then, obviously, my period's been weird. Now, I still do get my period. I've also only been on it for 2 months. I hear like it takes a couple of months for it to be change your cycle and stuff. Um, but I specifically did not get one that would take my period away, because I'm assuming if you bleed from your vagina, if something is scraping, if a layer of skin in your vagina, not literally, okay, health class, okay, American education system has ruined me. I don't know the technical yada whatever. But if a layer of skin from your uterus is oozing out of your vagina, it's every month. It's probably supposed to happen. I'm just assuming that's something your body's supposed to do. So, I don't want to take anything that gets rid of my period, but if it lessens it, is that so bad? If it makes me, if my skin is suddenly so clear after it, is that so bad? My skin has been getting clear. I'm being so serious. And if I happen to lose some weight as well, is that so bad? Goodness gracious. If you're telling me there's a magical pill that does all of that, why would I not take it? Please. Um, but I've been seeing, what's her name? I think it was Avery Oswald. I think Avery, and then her last name starts with an O. She just did this video talking about she went on birth control. She had the one that goes inside of your arm, and she started it because she got her boyfriend. She's just straight up saying, "I had a boyfriend. I got on birth control. I stopped getting on birth control because I realized I didn't have my period, and now it's kind of fucked up more insides, right?" And that's like, that was a very vulgar way of me saying it out. So my apologies. But she's talking about it in depth, and it's really amazing to hear someone talk about it so openly, because it's something that people are still not comfortable talking about. And she is also so young. I think she's like 21. I think she's like my age. I'm 22 now. She's maybe 22. I think was the same age. Maybe she's a little older. I like to think anyone more successful than me must also be older than me. But in the beginning, when I first started watching the video, and she said, "Oh, 100%, this would not have happened. It's 100% birth control's fault." I literally clicked off the video. I was like, "Oh, not true. This is fear mongering. This feel, you know." Not to say, oh, sorry, I'm on my toes. Woo. Okay. Not to say that there isn't fear mongering to happen with birth control, but also that was totally petty of me, because I didn't like hearing that something I literally just started doing could have a negative effect. Obviously, you do receive that entire huge sheet of paper that says this is everything that could go wrong. I'm not reading all of that. So if I'm watching a YouTube video that's now telling me here's an example of something that went wrong, obviously I don't want to watch it. I did end up finishing watching the video with my sister because she's really into all of that stuff. And it kind of did make me scared again, because I really don't want anything wrong to happen with my body. Obviously, it's my body. I really like it not, I really like it doing its job, and I'm wondering if now I'm taking a medication that is ruining it. And also, I do want to have babies one day, and so I think at some point in the video it said there was a chance that she wouldn't be able to have kids. Like, I can't remember the technical term. The term that she could become infertile or something. And that's so scary because I would hate, 10 years from now, I'm trying to have a baby, and the doctor's like, actually, remember when you started birth control when you were 21? Well, sorry to tell you, it's now ruined your whole life. Obviously, my entire life isn't shaped around whether or not I have babies. But as a woman, it kind of is. Society puts it like that. And who am I to step out, pretend like I'm a step outside of a society, or as if society records isn't affecting the way I'm thinking? Society records, because society isn't influencing the way I think. Obviously, it does, and it affects your self-esteem, and it affects what you think your role is as a woman, especially. And here I am taking a birth control that's supposed to be like, no, I'm a woman, I get to control my body and yada yada. And now it says, okay, fine, take control of your body, and now you're less of a woman because you can't have children. Obviously, what makes you a woman does not mean, if you're able to procreate, does not mean you are less of a woman. That's total misogynistic bullshit right there. But it is something that we see in the media all the time. Old media specifically, but it's still in the subversive media as well. Um, and it scares me now. I'm like, damn it, what did I just do? Because regardless, some people don't want kids. I do, like 100%. Like I like when I was a kid, I wanted to grow up and have kids. I was like one of those people. I'm one of those little girls that loved her baby doll so much. 100%, that was me. And though I'm being real, I don't think, this is kind of me fear mongering myself, worrying myself, making myself anxious. Like, oh my gosh, now you've taken birth control and you won't have a baby. I'm still taking birth control. I don't think that's going to happen. I haven't noticed any issues yet. And, I guess I need to make sure I remember to go to the gynecologist this year. Ends up, now that I'm an adult, I have to schedule those appointments myself. Why didn't someone tell me that? But, you know, hopefully everything goes my way. Hopefully, obviously, your body reacts in different ways. But that did just make me think about the way women are taking control of our bodies, and thus the negative effects of that as well. Because of course you could do the like no birth control rates, and I know a bunch of people that don't do birth control and they have an active sex life and all that stuff. But I'm like, geez Louise, that's also once again um taking birth control, maybe one day eventually, maybe, really really not saying this will happen. I'm this is, I don't know the percentage, okay, so please do not take anything I'm saying as fact, okay, goodness gracious. Could maybe one day have negative effects on whether or not you can have a baby, okay, and you don't want that. Maybe eventually in the future you want a baby not using birth control or anything. Fuck, you're pregnant now. Well, shoot, I know you wanted a kid. Did you want it this second? Goodness gracious, especially in the world we're living in now, here in America, with certain laws being overpassed. It's kind of it's a little scary. And of course, it's like, shoot, what do we do? What side do you take now? Do you take it? Do you not take it? Are you taking, which risk are you willing to take at this point? I don't know, guys. I'm not saying I know the answer. I'm just saying this is what I've been thinking about recently. And it's also interesting when we think about obviously reason people are taking birth control is so that they can have control over their own bodies and stuff. I'm sitting here saying I'm taking it so I can feel more mature, so I can be ready to have sex if I ever want to have sex. But I also wonder, am I doing this to appease men? You know what I'm saying? And I wonder if other women do this as well. Like they got on the pill. Like when Avery said she did it, she got on the pill because she got a boyfriend. That's why she got on the pill. Because she, and obviously you can think, I'm sure a lot of girls do this. A lot of young ladies do this, and or not. She didn't get in the pill. She got on birth control. A lot of ladies, young ladies, do this, and listen to my words specifically. Should I let the siren pass, or should I just talk over them? I guess I'm still talking, so I guess that's my answer. It's gonna be part of the background music. Do we think? I'm not saying this is what Avery's doing. I'm not saying any woman is doing this, but I'm looking into myself as well. Do we think that maybe some ladies, maybe I am getting on birth control, not as a way of taking back my control, but as a way of appeasing men, being like, oh, now I can have sex with the guys, and I don't need to make him worried about being a, baby daddy. Um, I don't know. That's something I've been thinking about. I'm like, what am I doing for myself, and what am I doing for men, even if it's subconscious, you know? And of course, it's also odd because where's the man? Where's the man? Where's the man? Where's the man? The only male in this room right here is a fucking cat. Okay, and I ain't Shane Dawson, so we don't touch like that. So what am I doing for me, and what am I doing for a man that, and an imaginary man at that? I think this is especially specific for me because I am a Christian woman, and I'm always taught. My mother would always tell me like, you're saving this for your husband. Don't have your tits out. Whoopsies. That's for your husband. Okay, this is, you're saving that for your husband. You're saving this for your husband. One day when you have a husband, you'll be happy that you're able to cook and clean. I know this sounds so backwards and stuff. Like, we're like, no one actually thinks that. I mean, yeah, it's people do. People do think it. And I'm not sitting here saying Christian women are bad or anything like that. Because I feel like as soon as you mentioned Christianity, there's like that's a whole different conversation that I'm not having today. I think so. I think that since, because that's where I'm raised. Finally, I even was talking to my mom. She said something that's for your husband, and maybe it was the way I was dressed, or maybe it was like my attitude at some point. She's like, well, if you're gonna be with a man, you're gonna have to act a certain way because the man's the leader of the house, and yada yada yada. And I just straight up was like, why are we talking to an imaginary? Why am I doing changing my life for an imaginary man? Like, who is he? He doesn't exist. Not saying my future husband won't be this way or whatever. I won't act a certain way for my future husband or whatever. But why do I have to act like that now? He's not here. Why can't. At any point, is anyone telling these men, hey, you better, learn how to fucking fix a car for your future wife? Are we telling that to late men? I don't think so. I don't think so. You better be able to lift things up heavy stairs for your future wife. You better know what type of pads are at the store for when your future wife texts you she's on her period, and you better pick her some good shit up from Target. Do they say that? Do they say that to the men? Why? I don't. And I feel this in a lot of things, okay? We see this in selling lingerie. Okay, I feel like it's less so now. We saw in the early days of you, and you see this in like smaller brands sometimes. Oh, I see this on TikTok so much. We have to talk about TikTok. Everything is TikTok. TikTok is everywhere. It's everywhere. It's society. It's an amazing reflection of society is what it is, because it's so much happening all at once. You get to see all the views, and then you get to refine exactly what you want to listen to. And oh my god, I think my finger was on top of the microphone the whole time, guys. Fuck, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. We'll see when we're listening to this how bad it is. I apologize. Um okay. I literally am thinking, god, I'm kind of hungry, guys. It's raining outside so much, but should I go get some food? Should I go get some food? Oh my god. If I can find money in cash, I may have to. If I can get the money in cash, I may have to. It's a risk I'm willing to take. Um, Now let me find my words. Let me find it. Let me find them words. Um, Sorry. Things are making me upset, so I can't continue on the sentence because I'm thinking of something else. I get distracted. Maybe I got ADHD or something. My brain moves too fast sometimes. But on TikTok, we see this all the time. Have you guys seen these ads? I got his name, on my bikini on my panties. I put his name on my panties, right? Have you guys seen that? Or I started taking this, I started using this soap on my pussy that when he eats me out, he says it tastes like water. Your pussy tastes like water. Your pussy tastes like water. Okay. Or you got a dark booty hole? Put this turmeric acid shit on your booty hole. Make it light. Maybe this is the side of TikTok I'm on. I'm on the side of, like, that shows something about me, doesn't it? But all these instances, women aren't doing this for themselves. And I'm not saying, don't put your boyfriend's name on your panties. That's cute. That's cute. That's adorable. That's whatever. As long as he also has some underwear with your name on it, I think it's beautiful. I think it's hot. I think that's a cute little Valentine's gift because who needs chocolate when you can have that? And then of course the other stuff, I'm like, especially the booty hole one. We'll get to that. But the soap on the pussy, that's obviously not for you. You're not, at no point, I hope not, at no point, you're tasting your own pussy juice. Listen to me now. I sure hope not. I really need to look at you guys for that. I don't know what you're into in the bedroom, and you know what? No judgment, but you probably are not tasting it as often as, whoever's eating you out. But also, we think that some random soap is gonna make the inside fluid of you taste differently. Let's talk about that. Do we think that an outside soap, a soap that is touching your outsides, is going to change the way the inside liquid tastes? That is like saying when I brush my teeth with a certain toothpaste, my spit tastes better. That sounds stupid because that's not related, right? Maybe as soon as you brush your teeth, your breath is going to taste minty. Sure, yes, obviously. But, if you go, that spit's going to taste like spit. Your pussy juice is going to taste like pussy juice. It's a pussy. You know what I'm saying? And also, have you not learned? And I have to say, I did buy the products. And then one of my friends was like, girl. And also, I put it on and I was like, whew, born in. I don't know. I feel like at no point has any gynecologist looked at you and said, yes, put some soap you got on TikTok shop on your pussy. Put that on your open vulva, please. Who says that? Even the stuff that says gynecologist tested, gynecologist recommended. Was it your gynecologist, guys? If not, then don't listen to them. Water will suffice. Yes, use some soap on the outside, sure, on your skin, because soap goes on our skin. Your vagina and your vulva, that's something else, isn't that? That's not the same type of skin. I think that should be obvious. And now that I'm saying it aloud, it's pretty obvious. And then also, finally, let's talk about this. Dog booty hole. The turmeric stuff. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trying to get even spots on your skin. I think if they would say this makes, childhood scars go away. If you wear boots, I wear boots that leave scars all throughout my leg. And I like to use turmeric acid on that. And you know what? I will use it on my booty hole. But I'm going to be so real with you guys. I don't know if it's dark or not. And I do not like the idea that this is being branded as saying, do you have a dark butthole? This will brighten it up. Guys, it's a butthole. It's a butthole. I'm sorry, is his butthole nice and light like yours? How is this any different from when people would bleach their asshole? Like when we see stuff like that in the early 2000s, and we know how painful that must have been. We're like, oh, that's stupid. Why would they do that? And here we are now. Of course, turmeric acid doesn't hurt as much, but I feel like it's telling a specific group of people, usually women, or the people will, the butthole is going to be the main view. It's telling these people, look like the girl in a porn video with a nice and light butthole. It's a butthole. Why are we purchasing items to change not just our face now, but all throughout our body? And we see this, it's been like this, for a man. And I know for a fact, like some of the stuff you see women and they're like, oh yeah, I started using this and my boyfriend said he loves it. I'm like, oh my God. I hope he's doing something half as good as for you. And I have a feeling that also other people who watch this are people who maybe didn't even think like, shoot, I do have a dark butthole. I didn't even think about that. Well, I gotta work on that. I don't know what accent am I doing right now. Well, I gotta work on that. And they're doing this for a guy, for someone who's never gonna be looking at it. And imagine a person that cares about how dark your butthole is. And I'm just gonna say real quick, if you're with a guy and he's fucking you, and he's like, "Ooh, girl, your butthole is a little too dark for my liking," he probably wasn't the one. Now, if you are like a sex worker or something, then sure, this is use this and put that as a tax write off because that's amazing. But for ladies or for people that's not your main thing, I don't think you need to be changing your body for someone that's not paying for it. You know what I'm saying? For them, at least it's their job; they're clocked in for it. But for you, this is supposed to be something for your enjoyment as well. You understand what I'm saying? And with all that being said, yeah, I use turmeric acid on my butthole. I don't know what to tell you guys. You know, you can two things can be true at once. Okay. Do I think you should modify your body for a man? No. Now, do I modify my body? Yes. I don't know, guys. I'm not this CRB all. I'm just a fucking girl. Okay. I'll sit here and tell you people shouldn't be insecure about this. Now, am I insecure about this? 100%. And also, I'm gonna be so real. I've not taken a good look at my butthole. I don't know if it's making a difference. I don't have a before and after picture. I have no idea. Maybe I should. Maybe I should take a look. That's also just a part of my body that I don't really look at. I've never bent over and checked. Now, because I've also never had like hemorrhaging issues. Maybe if I ever have hemorrhaging issues, I'll take a double check. But I haven't had any. So, this is a lot of TMI. Do we want to find a new topic to talk about? Don't modify your body for the system, for the man, for the man. Modify your body for yourself. Speaking of that, I modified my body the other day by getting a tattoo. You can peel, you can barely see it. You have to check out my Instagram, I guess, for Sailor Moon Baby. I'm not moving the camera, guys. I have you set in place. It's done, okay? But it's a tattoo of a cat eating fish. It's supposed to be of a fairy cat eating fish. It's supposed to look kind of like cow. Does it look much like him? No, not really. But that's because I think his splotches are kind of, when I draw it out, they're kind of not as cute. Now I think on him it's adorable. Oh my god, he looks so cute right now. But on here, I was like, oh, that's too complicated. Just like, we'll do two splotches and call it a day. And so it's little cow eating fish because cow loves fish. Cow loves fish. He also loves cream cheese. Maybe that would be my next tattoo, a little cat. A tiny little fairy cat in a big jug of cream cheese. Soon my entire body is just gonna be of cow and I'm gonna get another cat and I won't know where to fit him. But that's when I was in New York. So I was in New York for my birthday with my twin sister. This is the first birthday we had together. It was so much fun. I think I said I was thinking of vlogging it. I did not. I took a bunch of photos. But something I will say, admit, I have a lot of people don't know this about me. A lot of my friends don't know this. I have a very quick temper. I only get upset in front of them if I'm a little drunk, I'll admit. Never at them. Or if I'm working customer service and you guys really get me at my limits. And still then, I don't think I've ever yelled at anyone. I just get really cold. Okay? And I'll look at them and I'll be like, that's a great example. I'll just be really cold, really short and mean with them. But in the beginning, when I was younger, it was definitely a screaming rage. And once again, you don't do this in front of friends because friends can leave you. And because of that, we unfortunately take advantage of our family members. And I definitely take advantage of my siblings by, screaming at them. And when you're kids, kids are terrible. But as an adult, I'm running out of an excuse of being able to yell at my siblings, and I do feel bad every time I do it. So why do I do it? Because they piss me the fuck off. My sister pissed me off so much while we were in New York. Now I love her. I've said this so many times. My sister and brother, there is no one I love more than them. 100%. There is no one I love more than my sister and brother, and I don't think I'll love anyone more than my sister and brother until I have my own kids. I really don't think so because we did grow up so close together because we are so close in age, and obviously my sister were fucking twins. Okay, um, But if I know this about myself, does that give me an excuse of screaming at them? No. And I want to say, I don't think I screamed at her as much as I did when I was a kid. I definitely think I've matured and stuff. But at some point, there was some yelling. And we're also sisters. So even when we weren't yelling, we're just going to argue. And the way my sister argues is different than how I argue. She will talk over you. And so you will have, and oh, I'm getting mad. Oh, it's because we're all siblings. We know exactly what to say to piss each other off, and man, do we do it. And I'm thinking back of it now, and I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have yelled at her, but she shouldn't have done what she did too. And of course, she only sees me in the wrong, and I'm sure it's vice versa. Um, Now, nonetheless, besides that, we did have an amazing time in New York, and I was so happy to be there with her. And I'm so excited because I'm going to be back in New York literally in a couple more days. And once again, have I packed? I feel like you guys know me at this point. No, I did not. Don't be ridiculous. Of course, I did not pack. When will I pack? I don't know. The day before I leave. Please. Shoot. That's tomorrow. Okay, fine. I will pack tomorrow, I guess. I literally have no choice. I have to. Oh my gosh. He was blonde for a bit. Sorry, distractions. I get distracted. I get distracted sometimes, okay? Um, my baby boy is so cute. Um, but all of that to say, I think I had a video about this recently, and I think I'm at a different point in my life right now than I was a month ago. There's a video, I don't even know if I uploaded it, so watch it or don't, of me just being so sad and depressed and talking about love and finding a boyfriend and why won't anyone love me. Luckily, I've gotten better. Okay, and I want to say, at this point, I understand, and this once again goes to an imaginary man wanting the love of an imaginary man so much, sitting here like, well, I hate myself, but that doesn't mean that a man shouldn't love me for who I am, and all that bullshit. I get it. That was definitely coming from my heart. I was having a Trisha Paytas moment. We all have our Trisha Paytas moments. We need to cry on the floor. Okay. um and though what I was saying was real at the time, I do think it's kind of intentionally or not, a little fucked up. That I would kind of neglect the love I receive so freely from my siblings. If I call them, they'll answer. And maybe they don't answer right away, but they'll call me back. And maybe they're in a mood, so the conversations are short and like rude or something, but we always come around because at the end of the day, we're siblings. And I've been thinking about being, growing up with them so much recently because there was a time when, I woke up and every day they were there. And that's the majority of my life. I'm 22 at this point. Majority of my life, up until I was 18 years old, I am waking up with the same two other bitches. And sometimes they have sleepovers and sometimes they're out of town or something. But usually it's them two bitches and they're gonna be in the same fucking house with me, irritating me, and we're sharing all the same TV and we're sharing the same PlayStation and we're sharing the same bathroom and all that stuff. And now that I don't see them, I only see them like a couple of times a year, I'm like, oh, it's suddenly realizing you're in a different phase of a relationship. It's a long distance relationship now. Say it for what it is. And now you have to put more effort in being with one another. And you kind of realize more now that we're an adult. We're like, shoot, but when I am spending time with you, I don't want to spend it screaming at one another. So that is one thing. I was upset that how much we argued in New York because we always argue. We're siblings. I mean, we're siblings. I know it is normal, and I definitely think we get along together better than some other siblings do. Um, but they're going to be staying with me literally the week after next week. I'm gonna go to New York. They're coming back home with me, my sister and my brother, and we'll be together for 2 fucking weeks. It's gonna be like we're in high school or elementary school or middle school or pre-K again. It's gonna be like we're kids again. Except they're in my house, so we have my rules, and I'm gonna make a high effort of not fighting with them. First of all, but second of all, first of all, so that we can actually enjoy one another's company. But I'm sure when they're gone, I'll come back over here and say, these two motherfuckers pissed me off again. And they definitely will. And I'm sure at some point they will. But that's okay. because I'm the oldest sibling, so it should be my responsibility of acting as if I'm the oldest. And, you know, not saying people don't fight, but I don't fight with my friends. I've never screamed at a coworker. I've never screamed at a friend. So why am I screaming at them? Let's say it for what it is. So that's definitely something I'm going to be working on. And I think we all need to work on. Just treat the people that are there with an extreme amount of kindness and show how much we're happy that they're there. And I was also the same type of person that was like, I don't think any of my friends actually like me. I think they all secretly hate me. Luckily, all my friends are such amazing people. All my friends are such amazing purples. All my friends are such amazing people that I really do know, like, oh, they actually do enjoy spending time with me, and they make it known, which is so cool. Even for my stupid ass to be like, no, they're lying. Why would they lie? What? Because also I know these people. They be bitching. Okay, if they don't like somebody, it is clear on their face. So luckily, I think they all actually like me, and I think we're actually friends. And if we're not, then I'm the fool. And if they all do hate me, I guess it benefits me because I get to hang out with them regardless. Because right, they all secretly hate me and hang out with me. Hey, ignorance is bliss. But obviously that's not true. I guess I'm just trying to have an opposite video of how I was feeling a long time ago, feeling sad and depressed all the time. Now I'm happy, and I'm like, well, let me share how happy I am. And not in a dramatic way, saying I need to hold on to this so desperately, just in a way of like, obviously we take it one day at a time, and I'm not saying every day is a good day, but I also like now remembering like, oh, but today was a good day, so let's remember that it was good. It wasn't a bad day, and even those bad days, it's better than it being bad. So in my eyes, that ought to be good. Um, and so that's trying how I'm going to try to begin to or continue to look at the situation, look at life, and all that stuff. Because also the way my life is structured right now, it's in such a scary not limbo. I think opposite of limbo. Well, it's in a limbo. I do pretty much the same things every day. Um, but there's also no structure to it. So things feel more in the air. Like I'm really scared this month how I'm paying rent, like straight up. But I'm just gonna have to assume it's gonna happen. And it is. I mean, I've paid it since I've been paying rent for 2 years now. We're gonna get it here as well. Well, 3 years if we count the very first year. But the very first year I was helped with the loans. This year it's like, this is on my own, on my own, on my own, on my own, on my own. My savings is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. But that is why we're going to be doing more ghost tours. Ends up you have to work for a living? Who the fuck set that up? Um ugh, I'm so fucking hungry, guys. Can I talk to you guys about what's happening after we come back from New York? I'm going to New York for my sister's graduation. We're twins, so we're graduating around the same time. So sorry for my parents' wallets. I didn't tell them to have both of us. Now, I don't know how my mom would have stopped herself from having the other. So I guess that's just poor luck on her side. But in their defense, they wanted 5 kids at some point. So they're lucky they just had 3. And they're lucky they had, like, honestly, we are some good ass kids. I'm being so serious. We are some good ass kids, okay? Um, but it sucks for them because now they're the ones that wanted us to go to school. So now you guys have to pay a fortune to come see us fucking graduate. I mean, seriously, it's expensive. It's expensive. But it's gonna be so fun to be in New York celebrating my sister. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of her. She is 100% the smartest person I know. She is the smartest person I know, seriously, and I love her to death. Um, and I cannot wait to see my little brother graduate in 2 years from now. He doesn't even know how smart he is, and we don't show him how brilliant he is. I try to remind him now at this point of our lives because I'm like, okay, actually, you're not a little boy that annoys me all the time. You're actually a very intelligent young man. So just believe in yourself as you go to college and shit. I guess I need to call him and tell him that at some point. But he never calls me either. So Um, but afterwards, we're gonna be here in Savannah, and we're gonna be celebrating my graduation, and I'm so excited because out of all of my siblings, I'm the only one that's never had a graduation. My sister had a graduation in high school because she went to a small fancy private school, so they even had one during coronavirus, and it was like 20 feet apart or whatever. My brother had a graduation because he graduated after me, 2 years after me, and all that stuff. My school, I'm in a public school, and we did not have a graduation. And I look that was such a shitty fucking year. It was shitty for everyone. So why hold on to the past, right? It was shitty for everyone. No one looked back to 2020 and said, "No, that year was all right." People were dying in the hospitals from a virus that should not have killed as many people as it did, due to poor management of our fucking country, right? And a lot of the people that were affected are black and brown people. So obviously, no one had a great 2020. With that being said, the reason I'm upset about it is because I didn't have a fucking high school graduation. I was devastated about it. And now I get to have a college graduation. That is just so, so cool. Because there was so many times while I'm in college, and yeah, that's when I started the podcast, when I was like, I want to drop out. I fucking hate this. I hate this. I hate this. And it wasn't because school was hard. Like, I hate to be that person that was like, I mean, I always had good grades. I've never had bad grades. Like in my life, honestly, never struggled with grades. I'm not saying I was good at every major. I'm not saying I was all straight A's, but I could keep a 3.5 easy. An average A B average grade. In high school, I think I had a 3.78. In college, I had a 3.87, I think. And so majority A's. Flip my hair. But what I was always so upset about is that I didn't get to do a lot of the extracurricular stuff because I'm in at work trying to fund my life. And I'm like working full time, and most of these students don't have to be. And maybe I should have just taken out a bigger loan, okay? Or maybe I should have applied to more scholarships. But for at the time, the only way I felt like I could control my life is clocking into work, making my own money. This is the only control I have. This is my own money. This is my own apartment. This is how I'm paying my own bills. I'm an adult, right? And unfortunately, that meant I didn't get to do a lot of the fun college stuff. Um, and maybe I could have if I just did it, but I already felt exhausted all the time, and I think because of that, that made me hate going to college and stuff. And obviously, I would always talk to my parents like, "I want to drop out. I want to drop out," and they're like, "No, you can't." And as I'm saying this, obviously, I could have. Obviously, I could have. Obviously, I could have. You could do. My parents also said, "Don't get a tattoo." My parents also said, "Don't get any piercings." My parents also said, "Don't get a pet." You know what I'm saying? Obviously, dropping out's a little bit bigger than that because they co-signed these fucking loans with you. But at the end of the day, you guys do get the point of saying, if I really wanted to, I probably could have. Um, it would have been easier if they would be on my side, though, right? But they weren't, and they pushed me through it. And I do wonder sometimes, could I have taken a gap year? I think that would have been fun, but I didn't. I still found a way to grow up. I still held down an actual fucking job full time. A lot of college students haven't, and that's going to be a struggle when they get out. Or maybe they'll make it fine right off the gate and good for them. Okay, everyone doesn't need to struggle. Why should they? And not saying that my life is so hard. I'm sure I'm sure I know in the grand spectrum of things, right? My college life is definitely easier. Maybe this is the easiest college life. This is the hardest college life. I'm not here. I'm definitely over here, if that makes sense. Um, and it's really nice. I had families that just like, believed in me. And I'm going to school for arts. I have a BFA. You're going to college for an art degree? Okay. No, okay. No. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But my parents believe me, and that's kind of amazing. That's kind of beautiful. Even if I didn't agree with everything while I was in college, it's paying off. And now I get to have a graduation and then I get to be here. And with that being said, the whole reason I brought this up with me being hungry, where are we going to eat? If you live in Savannah and you know a good place to eat, with an entire family. We're talking me, my sister, my brother, my mom, my dad, my grandma, my uncle's partner. So we're talking 8 people. Fuck. I need to start making reservations, don't I? Um, they I think I thought of a couple places, but we need to find a place that tastes real good, that can sit 8 people, that can fit vegetarian palates and a vegan palate, and that's also affordable. So that's, we got a couple things we need to make sure we have on the list here. But just thinking about it, I love thinking about food and restaurants, and I'm like, oh, let's go to all the restaurants I've already been to. But I'm also like, let's try something new. So if I'm trying something new, it has to be a place with I know people that has good recommendations. I'm thinking of the Crystal Beer Parlor, and then there's also a place that may be the Crystal Beer Parlor that I'm just mistaking them for multiple places. That I believe this is the same place that Al Capone's um went to a bunch when he would be in Savannah, and allegedly they have these $12 salads. And people are like, $12 for a salad, but these salads are huge. And I'm like, oh, who doesn't love salad? My family, we love salad. We love meat. I don't, but these people love meat. But we love salad. And if these are huge salads, $12, I'm wondering, like, if they got salad, they must have pizza. I mean, pasta. If they got pasta, they gotta have steak. That's where my head's going. So in my head, I'm like, well, this place I can't remember the name of. Maybe it's Crystal Beer Parlor, and I'm just messing it up in my head. But this place, it sounds like the place to go. There's also a place downtown that I walk past all the time, that's open late, and it seems to be an Italian place, and I hear they're really good as well. But they're small, so I don't think they'd ever have seating for 8 people. Unless if I made a reservation. Maybe I need to figure out what that restaurant is again next time I'm downtown, which I guess will be tomorrow. And yeah, it will be tomorrow. And I'll have to go ahead and figure that out. Yeah. How long have I been talking? Do you think it's been at least an hour? Do you think we have time to eat food? Um Obviously I watch the Just Trish podcast and stuff, and Trisha talks all the time about how hard it must be to be doing a solo podcast, and man, I gotta agree. What I love to do, and I did this with Naya. You guys remember Naya? If you haven't, go watch that video. It's so fun. But stop it! Those bugs, those flies, and they're killing me. We were yapping forever. You could yap with a friend. If I actually had someone on the phone right now, this would be perfect. But I don't. And because of that, I'm like, damn, what do we talk about? What do we talk about? I need to just figure something out. I'm talking about restaurants that I may go to at some point. Like, seriously? I guess we'll just talk about this. I think it is so fucking embarrassing to start a podcast. Can we all agree that that's fucking embarrassing? Okay. And of course, I also think embarrassing is a made up word. All words are made up. I know. But, no, you're not embarrassed unless if you're embarrassed. No one can make you embarrassed. You can be yourself and be fine. There's people out there, like theater kids. That's embarrassing. They're not embarrassed. They're theater kids so hardcore one day they're on Broadway. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to become. Now, with that being said, goodness gracious, starting a podcast is embarrassing. Obviously, I'm not going to be getting any special fucking guests anytime soon. If I'm interviewing people, I need to be interviewing my friends, just yapping it away. And of course, I do have one of my friends that we got to do it with. But I've talked to other friends that I'm like, I would love to do it. And sometimes they even look at me and they're like, I'm like, stop looking at, don't make me embarrassed. Okay, you're looking at me like I should be ashamed of this. I'm letting you see another side of me right now. Please stop. Um, I think we are gonna get some food. 1 second. Let me text someone real quick and see if they want to eat something. Wanna go good. Okay. I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm so comfortable right now. And I've been awake since 6 a.m. and I did not go to bed last night until like close 12:30, I think 12:30 a.m. because I was outside practicing the haunted tour that I was talking about today. Okay, see how we're going full circle here. Anyways, I just texted my friend because I was thinking of friendship when I was thinking of interviewing people. Oh my god, that is messed up. I just texted my friend, "Do you want to go eat?" And she said they have a whole bunch of work. Literally, they've never said one no to food before. I'm like, my jaw is about to hit the floor. You don't want to go eat, but it's food. Damn it, guys. I guess we'll talk a little bit longer. I was gonna say, and now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna eat food with my friend. Nope. They don't want to eat. Fine. Fine. In fact, that's why I'm responding. Fine. Mad face emoji. Send. In fact, I'm. Wow. Wow. Le- um. I'm not eating by myself. Okay. We'll see if someone else is at work or not. My schedule is also so different from all my friends right now. I'm like, every time I see them, it's kind of a special treat. It's a special treat. Um, okay, let's figure something out. I'm so sorry. This is such a fucking lazy podcast. This is also embarrassing because it's like, bitch, can you actually talk about something for us a little bit? What the hell? Okay. Stuffed animals. Here's a no. Squishmallows. No. Oh my god, I remember. I even said in the okay. Um sorry guys. Let me respond to a text message. I'm just so popular, y'all. Oh, to- totally understand. Totally understand. I'll be at Sorrel tomorrow all day. Tomorrow all day. Tomorrow all day. If y'all have a chore. If I don't think they do chores tomorrow on Fridays. Let me I'll be at yeah, I'll be guys, let me call it's so hard for me to send a text message, okay? We'll talk about that in just a second. I'll be at Swell all day. Um all day tomorrow. Will there be any day any chores then? Any chores then? Question mark. There we go. We're so fucking professional, guys. God damn. Speaking of professional, we're gonna circle back around. We're gonna circle back around. Um, I had a conversation with my mother. She wants me to put my Instagram on private because I'm posting too many explicit photos. They're like, you're posting photos with drinking. I'm like, it's not me drinking. It's me holding a drink. That could be water. And then I'm also posting photos with me in bikinis. Now, if you think about it, we're all naked. We're just covering it up. We all have the body underneath, okay? And she's like, well, that's gonna affect jobs. That's affecting jobs. Because people do check your YouTube, your Instagram, your social media at this point while applying for jobs. First of all, I'm not applying for any corporate jobs. I'm just not. That's not my life. It's not. Now, with that being said, is there a chance that I'm applying to work on a film set or something one day and they're like, oh, she posted a photo for in a bikini, we're not hiring her? Maybe. She's like, there may be people that look at this and think, you're not professional. You're not professional. I don't think that happens so much. Okay. I usually I'm gonna pass out, guys. I usually don't. What was I saying? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My brain literally just scattered. Oh, okay. I don't believe that my jobs would care about this, but it's not like I actually know these people. These are, once again, imaginary people that are paying me one day. Imaginary. Where are these people? They don't exist. Why am I changing the way I live now for people that I don't know yet? How is that fair? Why can't I live my life to the fullest now? You know what I'm saying? All this for capitalism. I can't post a sexy hot photo of me because capitalism. And also, mom, I'm trying to be a fucking influencer, not like literally an influencer, but I if I have an amazing hot tramp stamp, why wouldn't I take an Instagram photo of it? Mom, you don't get it. You don't get it. Literally. But the point is, obviously, it's not private. Maybe I should just block my parents from certain Instagram posts to, if they're gonna be so nervous about it. I don't know. I don't think it's that deep. I mean, I just don't think it's that deep. I feel like at this point in my life, I already told you guys, my life is in a weird limbo, but not limbo phase. I like to live my life in the moment. And if that